Okay, everything
Very
good?
well.
Very good. All right. Shall we get started, Bjorn?
Yes.
Very good.
I hit record.
Where'd you put the fan up? Well, hello, everybody. Give me a second here. How do you do that? I'll do that later. Well, it's a time of change. This has been our theme for the last few Zazenkai. We had Turn, 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 that song. Classic. Yeah? And Zenbu Henko shimasu ne. Jinsei Henko. So they are swallow's nest that has been here for as long as I've been here. The swallows laid their eggs this year, and my daughter says she saw the little babies fly off, and then the poor nest just couldn't take it. Apparently there were 3 adults in there and 2 kids, and it was only built for 3 or something. So the nest is here, and we will say goodbye after all these years to our swallow's nest. But we've had another new addition. 巣はね、終わり。けどもう新しいこと来ます。あと台湾から持ってきました羽生信玄。ありがとうございます。So I posted a picture when I was in Taiwan. Yifa, the priest who hosted me, gifted me with a very nice Hanya Shingyo Heart Sutra scroll, which is now hanging in our zendo. A little colorful for our little zendo, but it adds a little spice to the place. So we'll welcome that. So our theme today again will be change. Change not only in life, but also in Sangha, because that's our little nest. Okay? Anyway, enough talking. I believe we're all set. So good to be here with friends. If you've been here before in our little nest, glad you all fit in our nest. If you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, just follow along. And we will dedicate today to the passing nest and the little birds. Yeah? Didn't say what? いろいろ反抗しますね。はい、変更します。
the perfection of great wisdom. Sutra. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, awakened one of compassion, in Prajnaparamita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom, perceived the emptiness of all five conditions and was free of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form, form is precisely emptiness, emptiness precisely form, sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation nor perception, not formation nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, nor cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this Prajnaparamita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here. All past, present, and future Buddhas live this Prajnaparamita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that Prajnaparamita is the sacred mantra, luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the Prajnaparamita mantra, set forth this mantra, and proclaim Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisvaka, Anya Shingyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. In reciting the Heart of the Perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, Honored One, Soshi Keison, Honored One, all successive Honored Ones up until Suigaku Rempo, Honored One, and Guru Wafu, Honored One, and to all other Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. we especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred among all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
Zazen? KINHIN. We'll have Zazen and a little talk. If you can hear, make like a bird leaving the nest. Close enough. Okay. Yeah. 一番本物って日本語でしょ。だけど、残念ですけど、方向は構わない。I think you all know the story that we've had an old swallow's nest here in the Zendo, which was the old barn here, and that nest has been here as long as I have, at least. That's about 14, 15 years. And a few weeks ago, some swallows came and made a home there during our Zazen, laid eggs, and that was all she wrote. Most years I chase them away. This was the first year that for some reason I just decided to let them come, or they beat me to the punch, and that was it. 何週間前はね、その鳥が卵をしますね。And that's okay, because that's the cycle of life. And for a few weeks of Zazen here, we sat with the birds, or I should say they sat with us, and somehow shared this space. Then I had to go to Taiwan, so I asked my daughter to keep an eye on them. The babies were not born yet. And she looked in, she said, every day, just for a moment. And then right after I left, she said she saw two little baby heads, two little baby birds there. 私、台湾の行った直後はね、小鳥はね、二人生まれました。And she said she saw the parents come in here and feeding the birds. And then she said something happened. She came in one day and the nest had fallen. One reason, there were actually 3 adults there and 2 kids in that little nest. It seems that barn swallows, I don't know, they have open marriages, or maybe it's the older brother from last year who comes back, but for whatever reason, there were 3 adults, 2 kids, and the nest couldn't take it. And boom, right on the floor. All things are impermanent. 大人3人と子供2人で巣が ね、弱く、まあ、弱くなって落ちた。That's life. So I thought, and happy ending, I think. My daughter said she did see the adults and two little birds fly out of here. She said she saw it with her own eyes, and I can find no sign of the baby birds, only some eggshells. So I think they all made it. If they did not, such is the way of nature, but I think this year I see no sign that those little birds somehow did not survive all this. But in any case, it struck me that it's very much like a Zen Sangha. A Zen Sangha is our little nest. We all trying to crowd in here. It lasts for as long as it lasts. Someday it will fall too. That's okay. 鳥の巣と全人のサンガ、ソの巣、住んでるザゼン会、同じです。We all come together and eventually fly off. Some make it. Hopefully, I hope you make it. Some don't make it. And nature goes on. I started the Treeleaf 17 years ago, but actually we didn't, that's when we first went netcasting. But really we took a few months to get started. So 16, 17 years ago. And we started sitting Zazen online. It was only one way then, no two-way system, and very unreliable. But we had a small number of people. And here I am 17 years later sitting with a small group of good friends. And that's okay, even though they're not the same people in the nest. Some of them are. Some of them came later. People come and go like the birds. That's okay. 鳥の巣と同じように、座禅会に人が来る、人が出る。何年もいる人いるし、すぐ来られない人もいる。ね、鳥の巣と同じ。But that's okay, because my job is to sit with one person, you. It's a funny thing about Zen groups. I don't think this is only us, by the way. I think Zen groups tend over the years to stay about the same size, and people come and people go. Where they go to, I don't know. But I like to tell the story of I used to sit here at the head temple, Sojiji, huge monastery. And they had a group for lay people that was there for decades, and I sat there for 10 years. And every week, there were usually between, I'd say, 30 and 50 people, all Japanese. Most times I was the only foreigner, most of the time. Sometimes there was somebody else, but mostly all Japanese folks. And every week, about 3 to 5 to 10 new Japanese folks would come and introduce themselves. Every week, another 5 to 10 people would come, new people, new people, new people. And somehow, 10 years after I joined, the group was still 30 to 50 people. There's something about practice. People come, practice for a time and go. That's okay. Even for the monks, they come to the monastery. Some stay for years and years and years, but most come for a short time, a year, 2 years, and then they go on off to their own temple. That's the way it is. Some stay, some go, like a nest. お坊さんもね、なんていうの、大きいお寺入って、1年、2年間で修行して、その後で自分の寺作る。そういうこと。It's the same. And that's okay. For 16 or 17 years, we were about the only online Zendo in the world, I think. People thought also we were crazy and somehow this was wrong. and you're not supposed to sit online, and it's not authentic. And suddenly that little thing you may have heard about COVID happened. And one of the effects of COVID, I actually think, by the way, this is a good thing. Good thing. I'm not criticizing this. This is a good thing. Last count, someone said there's now about 250 online Zen groups. And we're just one of them. I think that's fine. They're all different, by the way, all suited to different tastes. It's a little bit like restaurants and chefs. You know, you may like this place, so let's go for a little French. I feel like Italian, like that. Or we can go to McDonald's and go to the fast food and get some junk food, some spiritual junk food. There's all kinds of places, some more serious than others. And we have our place. And our little nest will never suit everybody. 今ね、いろいろの座禅、オンラインの座禅グループありますね。でみんな違うね。味、レストランのようにみんなのね、味が違います。私がここが好き、あなたが他のところ好き、そういうこと。That's okay. I think our place is a little harder than some, to be honest. Because I insist that you really get your Dogen and you really understand your Buddhist philosophy a little bit. And it's not just about sitting here and relaxing a bit. If you really want to get to the root of the human condition, you've got to understand about all these things like emptiness and non-self, transcending the self-other divide, and what Dogen meant and Dogen's view of time and all that stuff I'm always talking about. Why? I think that's the real medicine. That's the real medicine. That's what this chef cooks up. Other places these days, if I may say, it's kind of like, I don't know, Soto light a little bit, Buddhism light. Maybe people just go there to sit and relax and hear a little bit as something that sounds Zen, and then it's kind of, if I may say, some places are strong and give the traditional teachings, but I insist on it. But you can't please everybody, and I don't try. Even priests. My job as a Zen teacher is to have one child or no children. It's like being a parent. You can decide to have children or no children. Dochi demoi. And if you have children, there's no reason to have 100. Have 1, have 2, have 3. That's enough. Like in the nest. The birds did not have 100 children this year. That would not fit in the nest. They had 2. Fortunately, it seems they both survived. If they didn't, well, next year, there's another season. Like that. Zen teacher no yakuwari wa ne, kodomo maru no hitori demo, ippiki demo daijoubu. Zero demo daijoubu ne. If I don't do it, watashi yarinai to hoka no Zen no sensei ga kodomo maru kara watashi no kodomo taishita koto nai. So I don't have to have any children or one child. But I've already done that. I've had made some good priests. I don't expect everybody to hatch from their egg. I hope you do. I hope this touches you. I'm talking to you. Yes, you whose ears my words are going in. I'm sitting here talking for you. And I hope it works for you, but it's not for everybody. Just to close, I want to say, in the past years, and even in the past week, I get all kinds of complaints. I think Japanese people also have opinions, but they don't voice their complaints so much. I get complaints. This is true. I'm not making this up. This is true. Within the last 3 weeks, I have had the following complaints. Jundo, you're too traditional and you teach too much of magic. I'm leaving. Okay, I said. Somebody else said, you're too modern. I want something more traditional. I don't think the person left, but I'll say, oh, okay, you're leaving, goodbye. I think not everybody leaves, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying these are the complaints. You're too modern. Okay. And then I started all this stuff, with the future and robots and the whole thing. You're too future. I actually had one guy today. This is true. I got just before I came here. He said, "You are a threat to Soto Zen." I said, "Thank you. If I wasn't a threat to Soto Zen, I'm not doing my job." So this guy says, "You're too much in the future. We want the present or the past." Good. He said, "I'm leaving." I said, "Great." I didn't say great. I said, "Thank you for your time." So this is what I do. This is what I got. I hope I got a few years and I'll be sitting here before the nest falls for maybe another 15, 16 years. Tomorrow's my birthday, by the way. I'm just putting that in there. So I hope I'm sitting for another 15, 16 years. And probably then I'll be sitting there with 12 people. Maybe some of the same people who are sitting here today, maybe not. Some new faces, some old. And that will be enough because I'm sitting for you. ね。私、この後10年、16年間、座禅会するつもりですけど、その時に、一人でも来れば、私嬉しい。あなたが来るから、私嬉しい。そういうことです。Okay? So, I will not dispose, I will respectfully inter the nest in our backfield later today. Nature goes back to nature. We hung a new Heart Sutra scroll, and that's the meaning of the Heart Sutra that's written there. Let's sit. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts, ever committed by me sins of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind, now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way unattainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way unattainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable.
Okay. Well, that's the news in our nest this week. We're going to hang around for a little while, have a little tea if anyone wants to stay and schmooze. I think that's the word, to schmooze. Otherwise, all of you, I hope that your nest building goes very well this week. Good to see you, Michael, everybody. Oh, see, you know what keeps me going for 16 and 17 years? Just seeing every week all these faces here. There you go, all friends. Okay, guys, see you later. Can you stay? お茶でも。いい？ショーの香りだから。